advanced course. So again, we are starting a 3-week journey in which I will take you through the everything to become a web app developer, from CSS to JavaScript to React.js. And this time, the cherry on the cake or cherry on the top will be Angular. Previous time it was React.js, but what I have thought, the fourth week will be, every time it will be different. The first 3 week will be the same, CSS, JavaScript, and React.js week, and the fourth week will be different. This time it will be Angular. Previous time it was Redux, and maybe next time it is Vue.js, because those cherry on the top are especially some things which will add to your React.js skill. To get a job today, a web app developer job, you need React.js skills, and that is always covered. So these three things are essential. And those who are thinking where is HTML you can get from the thing which I have taught already. Every weekend at on Saturday at 3 p.m. IST, I take a bootcamp web development workshop actually. So that workshop is around 2.5 to 3 hours, and in that I covered HTML in depth. So you can get the HTML from there and come here and for the season two updates. That this is the second iteration, and previous iteration also it was a certification was there. So it is a paid certification because it takes me time. What is paid certification? So the thing is that you attend all 5 days. So there are two types of certification. One is paid certification, one is free certification. Let me talk about both of them. One is that you attend this for all 5 days. In both of the certification, you have to attend it for all 5 days, and there will be that participant Google form, which I will give at the end of this call. I will give that participants Google form at the end, which you have to fill daily. There for 5 days, it will be 5 different Google forms which you have to fill. And after that, what will happen, I can give you a participation certificate for everyone. But suppose you want a course completion certificate, then I should know that you know CSS. As simple as that. So how do I know you know CSS? Because it will be a big thing if I tell that everyone that only with participation you know CSS, because you might be only listening to it. No, it is not like that. So you want to get a completion certificate, because those things are of those things values more, and it will require some effort from your side. So what effort will require? So today is the first, so I'm telling a bit more. So the effort will be like that. You have to do some assignment which I will give on the final day on Friday. So it will be continuous, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, continuous at 8:30 p.m. IST. So on Friday I will give the assignment. You have to complete the assignment, and on next Saturday there will be an online exam. So it is not like your college exam, just like some theory you have to give. No, the exam will be on Zoom call, and I will be there, and I will be taking your online exam. Just like I have taken a lot of interviews for a lot of companies, I will take that I will take your online exam. In online exam, I'll give you some website to make, because I don't believe in theory. I don't at all believe in theory. I will give you some website to make from some PSD file. So you have to create that using either Flexbox or Grid. So yeah, we are going to complete Flexbox and Grid both. Okay, so that is there. So two people are telling me hello. So that is about it. So Flexbox and Grid, everything will be completed. So I will give you some assignment on the last day on Flex, and you can do it with anything on Flexbox or Grid. And then on next Saturday, which is on not this Saturday, on 18th, you will have the exam. So this is only for the people who want to get the course completion certificate, and there is a minimum amount for that which you have to pay. There is a link for that, and you have to pay that. That is 199 for this, and you have pay for that. But for participation certificate, I'm giving for free. But you have, the only thing is that you have to attend it, and attend. Let me write it. Attendance form will be given at last. So this attendance form I will give at the last. So I'm not giving it right now. Attendance form will be given at the last. So that attendance form you have to fill daily different attendance form will be there. So if you fill that, you will get a participation certificate from me for this 5 days React CSS beginners to advanced course. You will get a Google participation certificate for me. Okay, so let's get started because we have a lot of things to cover, and today we'll do CSS basics. And again, means I have done it on weekend also, but this will be much more detailed because I have not covered a lot of things on the weekend workshop because it was a very small workshop. In 3 hours, I've covered a lot of things there: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all those things I've covered. But this is a detailed workshop, so if I'm not able to cover today, I will take it tomorrow. But this is like that, the basics I will do CSS basics, and most probably I will cover everything, positioning and all these things. You will see everything will be there. And tomorrow most probably we will start Flexbox. Day after that, CSS Grid is a big topic, so it will take 2 days. After that, we will do some cool projects with both Flexbox and CSS Grid. And if I complete everything a bit early, so I don't want to take more than 1 hour, it is like that, maybe 10 minutes more, or sometime 10 minutes less also I can take. So that is like that, and I can take it on the next day if it goes more than that. What are the topics exam covered in these 5 days? You have to create a website with CSS. So you have to create a website with CSS Flexbox or a grid from a PSD file, or from a image file. So image file or PSD file, it will be there. So you have to practice that much that you can create it. I'm not looking for exact perfection, but you should be able to think a bit. In it will be around 1 hour exam. In 1 hour you have to do it. I will give you some image file. So that's how developers work. They designers give them some PSD file, image file or something like that, and they have to create it into a website. That you have to think. So I will cover everything means here. And if you want to know what is covering, I will tell means what will be covered here. Means everything will be covered here, from positioning and all those things. CSS positioning, alignment, Flexbox and Grid. But Flexbox and Grid are the most important things which you should learn in CSS today, because or else you can use Bootstrap only. Bootstrap is not CSS. So the main thing is that you should know Flexbox and Grid. Those are the main things, and those will be covered tomorrow. And means actually more than 3 days, those things will only be covered. Okay, so yeah, this is the first day. Yeah, this is the first day. This is the first day only. I have not even started. I'm just talking. And you'll all get the attendance form at the last, whoever want the participation certificate. And even if you want the course completion certificate, at least attend it completely, then only you can get, because I want everybody's name on those 5 Google form. This time I'm not going to take anything here, attendance here, because in the workshop a lot of things have happened. People were telling that they were not able to do this. So Google form will be shared at the end, and if you miss it, you miss it. I will not going to share it again, and that Google form will be shared here only, in this chat only. The Google form will be shared, nowhere else, nowhere on the WhatsApp groups you are there, nowhere else it will be shared. So yes, this is the first day. Yeah, this is the first day. So let's get started now. Let me share my screen. So I have just okay, why to do it like this? Because I can do it from the terminal, but a lot of people don't know terminal, and till we go to React, that not go to terminal, because in React terminal is very much required. Okay, but right now we're not doing React and all, so it's okay. We will do it. Okay, but with when you are going to do React, you will require terminal, so it's better I start with terminal. From terminal is very easy. This is Windows only. I have installed git bash in it, and let me create some folder here. And which is this mkdir css basics 1. Okay, so we'll again start from the basics of CSS. So, and I will start with VS Code. Again, the basics of Start, those who have attended the Saturday workshop will think that I'm doing it again, but yeah, everything will be covered, but in much more detail. Okay, so let's get started. So there are three kinds of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. So inline CSS we directly do it in the HTML element, internal CSS between the style tags, and external CSS linking to the .css file. Okay, so let me make a index.html. Index.html I have created, and CSS basics 1, and don't worry, all the code I will give on the last day, so this is not something. Okay, so me make it a bit bigger. So first the inline CSS h1 is there, and CSS crash course I am doing CSS crash course. Now inline CSS, what we have to give a style equal to color is blue. Okay, now that is there, and this is how inline CSS is given. With the style tag we can give it directly here. So inline CSS is very good to give quick styling, but we should not give more than 4-5 because it will be crowded, so we cannot give more than that. And as I've told earlier also, I use this where is my, okay, actually it is way too big, so that is not appearing. Okay, so I use this extension known as live server. So this I generally tell in my HTML also, this live server I am using, and so with this I can directly start it, because I don't like to do the reload every time. So let me do it. Open with live server. It will be opened. So see, this is open, and the color is blue. So by default the color is black for everything. So this is what is known as inline CSS. So this is inline CSS. Now we will learn about the internal CSS. Okay, so internal CSS is generally given between the style tag. Style tag will give. So now we'll have a P, and we'll take the lorem 20, maybe lorem 20, and inside this p tag is inside the head tag. Okay, that is one thing is there. And then this P I am going to take, and P is color is maybe red, and we can take a background also. Background is yellow. Okay, so this is how CSS is given. So CSS also we have a lot of tags like this, more than I think more than 10,000 will be there. But the thing is that we are going to use only the main thing, and I'm going to explain this. So color is for color by obvious, and background is for background color. Background is enough, or we can give background color also. So what I'm doing, I'm targeting the P tag and giving the color and the background color. So let me save it, and this is known as internal CSS, and this is one of the way in which you can do. But the mostly in production or in real life we use inline CSS or external CSS. Internal I have never seen people using it, but the external CSS is also like the internal CSS only. So let me save it, and now you see this paragraph tag, this text is red and background is yellow. Okay, so that is there. But now we'll look at the third way, which is the most common way, and we are going to use it the most, and which is the S3. Let me make an S3, best place to learn CSS. So best place to learn CSS I've done, and then I will create a new file known as style.css. Style.css is done. Now I will target the h3. See, the thing is that it is exactly similar to what we have in this this CSS, this internal CSS. External CSS is exactly similar. Okay, so here also I will make the background. See, I can give background, I can give background color also. Both of them are same thing. Okay, aquamarine. Let me take this aquamarine. Then color is color should be darker because we have this background as aquamarine, so we should take as maybe dark dark red is good, dark red is good. And we'll give a bit of padding also. Padding is, I'm tell more about padding later on, but padding I'm going to give 1%, so it will have some space around that content. Okay, so padding is like this. Save it, and then see why it is not coming. So I've come here, but it is not coming. S3 is like a normal black thing. Nothing is coming. Nothing is coming because we have to link this thing. Then only it will come. So index.html have to be linked with the style.css. So how do we do that? There is a link tag for that, and this all these things we have to do it inside the head. So link, I will do link css style.css is the file name, style, and see, now it is done. So the color is something like red, and this is there. See, here we didn't added any padding, so it is so close, but the padding I have added, so there is all round the padding is there. So this is about it. Okay, so this is done. Now what is there? So this thing is like, one sec, there are some terms. It is not necessary to know the terms, but just I want to tell those terms. Okay, so the term is like this whatever we have done, so we can do it in one line also. This is known as selector, and this is known as a declaration, and this is known as a property. So as I was telling, there are a lot of properties, more than 10,000 properties. Font size is there, and this is the value. We generally don't give quotes here. Normal series we don't give quotes. This em is a different units of measurement. We'll learn soon about the main 3 units of the measurement. Okay, so that is there. So let me close it, and enough of theory. So let's go to the next part, and which is the color in CSS. So we are going to learn about the color in CSS. As we can see that we have already given a sort of color here in CSS. Okay, and from now what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment it out because we are going to work on this style.css only, because that is the most common way to work. Okay, so I will comment this out. So this is the way to comment it out, this, and there is shortcut in the keyboard that select everything and control and backslash you give, and it will come. So this also, and what I will do, I will do this also so that for your reference it will be there, and I will remove this thing. Okay, I'll remove this thing, and it will be normal because I'm going to target everything from the style.css. So now what we are going to learn, we are going to learn about the 3 ways. There are actually 4 ways. So a bit of fourth way also we are going to learn the 4 ways to give color in CSS. So color is very important thing. So right now what we're seeing is the first way. See here, I'm giving the color name. It's aquamarine, dark red. So these are weird kind of color name you're seeing. Actually, this weird kind of color name came in around 2015 when HTML5 colors were introduced. So they are known as also HTML5 colors because HTML and CSS are governed by the same committee known as W3C. W3C. So those committee only generates, and till 2015 there were not so many colors. 30-40 color names were there, but there are more than 150 colors right now. So what are those 150 colors? So let us look into them. So one sec. So let me tell about those colors. So see, there are around 140 color names the modern browsers can support. Okay, this is 140 colors. So there are different kind of colors, like Indian red, light coral, salmon, dark and crimson, red, fire red, dark red, and all these things. So many different kind of colors, like dark orange, golden rod yellow, khaki, dark khaki, and all these colors are the chart uses very good color, one of my favorite. And then this different kind of colors are there. But as you might be thinking, that 140 colors are not enough for all the different colors out there. Yeah, so from the starting of CSS only, so there were many other ways to do the color. Actually, there are 3 other ways to give the color, and we cannot remember all those colors because there are millions of colors. So millions of colors, how we will give? Okay, so those millions of colors we pick from the color picker actually, but there are actually three ways which you can see: RGB and HSL and hexa. And out of this, hexa is the most oldest and it is the most popular one also, hexadecimal color system. So what is this hexadecimal color system? So hexadecimal color systems are like this digits we give. So what is this hexadigits? We should learn a bit about it. What is this hexadigit? So hexadigit is like 0 to 9. What we follow in maths are known as decimal numbers. 0 to 9, it's a base 10. 0 to 9 is base 10, and we can create a millions of numbers from there. But hexadecimal is even bigger system than that. Why? Because it has got that 0 to 9, okay, and then it has got A to F. So in India we generally learn that in around 7th or 8th standard in mathematics. So it is a base 16, so we can have more things with that. And beside that, what happens in hexa, so these are some extra knowledge which I'm giving. It is not required that much, okay. And so humans can see three colors only, or combination of three colors, which is R, G and B: red, green and blue. So first two digit stands for red, next two for green, and last two for blue. So this is how we give it. And we cannot, as I have told, we cannot remember everything, so we have some color pickers through which we can pick, like this, okay, through which we can pick. Okay. Okay, so when I'm doing this, so let me tell about RGB and HSL also, and then I will use it. So everything anyways I'm going to pick up from the color picker. We cannot remember the millions and billions of colors. So the next is RGB. As I can told, RGB stands for red, green and blue, the colors which the human can see, and the mix and match of that. A color is a combination of red, green and blue in different proportions. Okay, so red, green and blue. So first is red, second is green, third is blue, and its value is from 0 to 255. Each of them is from 0 to 255. Okay, so the last one is HSL: hue, saturation and lightness. It stands for hue, saturation and lightness. It's a bit complicated color system and we don't use it that much. HSL, we don't use it that much. Okay, so what happens here, the first part is the color part, and the second is the saturation, and third is the lightness. So lightness, as we all know, saturation is also in the TV. We might have heard that thing, television, that saturation is there. And is actually cylinder kind of a thing, in which we are giving all those three color: red, green and blue. So as I've told, it is a bit complicated, and most people uses hexa only, and a lot of people uses RGB also. Hexa also I've seen in a lot of places, but not that much as this. Okay, so first we'll use this hexa system, and we'll give a nice background color to our body. So this time I'll give a green kind of color. So I will give a bit light kind of color, okay, like this light kind of color. And I'll come here, body, and again the background color is hash. We have to give it with hash. Hash is already coming. Hash, it is hexadecimal, always you have to give it hash. Okay, so it is like this. It is way too light. Okay, if I come back, yeah, so this green is been shown, or light green is been shown, nice green is been shown. This is how hexa works. So let me give further h1 also. Now h1 I will use color is color. Let me give some dark color for this, a dark color, maybe dark, like a bit of dark. So RGB I will select. So it gives for all of them RGB color, like this. RGB, save it, come here and see, this is the h1. The color is different. Okay, so h3 we already have this aquamarine. So now we will target the p tag and give the hsl. Okay, p tag color is, so maybe this one, red kind of a color, Hsl. Let me give some background also, and background I will give the same thing but a bit of lighter. Okay, this is done. Save it. And if I go here, see, this has been done. So all the three color systems are working fine. So the next thing which we are going to do are the fonts in CSS. So fonts in CSS we are going to do, and then so fonts in CSS are like the fonts in a, if you go to any document, and Microsoft Word I'm talking about. So Microsoft Word, if you go, you'll see that there are many different fonts like Arial, Times Roman, and all these things. So all those things are here also. Okay, so we can give it like font family. It is given a font family, and we generally don't give one font, we generally give 2-3 fonts. Okay, so like this Arial, Helvetica, sans serif. So this is the most common. So why I'm giving 3 fonts? So these two are the first is the real first is the font which will be taken for the first time. If that is not available, then Helvetica will be taken, and that is not available, sans serif will be taken. So it is like that. The first one is always be given the first preference, but they're all quite common fonts. It is not possible that they are not there, it will always be there. What happens, the browsers are created by different organizations, like the Safari is done by Apple, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and all those things. Firefox is Mozilla. So all those different organizations created, so they implemented it in different way, and browser are a very complicated piece of software. Okay, so they implement in different ways. So sometimes it might happen that some font you are taking, it is not in the browser. So if it is not in that browser, so it will try for the next font, it will try for the next one. So it is working like that. And this is even more important if you take something known as an external font. Some external font I am taking, and there might be chances those external font are created by someone and that font is not there in the browser. So what font I'm talking about, there is something known as Google font. Actually it is very easy. So see, I have given all the body, I have given this font. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a specific font to this also. Okay, this paragraph also. Let me do one thing, let me make this paragraph a bit larger, or maybe 60, around 60. So it is a bit larger. Okay, so now I will give it a different font. I will give it a Google font. Okay, Google fonts are actually my favorite, so let's give some Google font. And this is one of the most common. So these fonts are much more stylish than what we have here. Okay, so let me choose something. Okay, so anything you can choose from the Google font. So I will take some cursive font because I like cursive fonts, so we should not use them. So this is like this, and I will select two things, means this two will select, and I will get it here. And then what I can do, either I can put it in a link or I can import it. So I will import it, I'll do Control C, and I will come back, and at the top of my style I have to give, at the top of my style I have to give this, just like this I have to give. Now I have to use this 𝐏𝐚𝐫𝐭𝐢𝐜𝐚 font, something like that it has been called. So I will use it in only the paragraph. My whole of my body is like this. So let me do one thing. First let me copy this, and because we need a fallback font, very easy. So the first one will not be Arial, first one will be this thing. So Google font, the main thing is that Google font we have to always give in a single quotes, like this single quotes I will give like this. So these are the inbuilt fonts. This is a Google font which I have taken, and see this sans serif and all are. So in this, a fallback font is very much required. Suppose this is not available, and even I don't know this name, so it is not available in some browser, there might be cases, there are more chances that this is not available then the Arial is not available. So there are chances it is not available. So like this I will give, and like this, see it is available. I thought it is not available. So it is very small, actually very small. Okay, so let's give some font size and font weight. So font size property is there, but which we generally give in pixels. I will come back to pixel. Okay, so maybe 20 pixel, and so it is given 20 pixel. And font weight, by default it is normal, but we can give some different things. By default it is normal, but I will give bold. So there are not many font weights like bold, bolder, something extra bold, something are there. You can check it out. Then 200, 300, 400, like that, till 800 or 900. Okay, something like that it is there. So I will save it. See, a bit of bold is also been done. So but this font is actually very small for the human eyes. It is way too small. Okay, so maybe 24px. So 24px is there, and I think there is no bold thing also here. It's okay. So it is like this. So some fonts doesn't have this font weight bold and all these things. Okay, so that is there. Font weight is bold I've given. Now I will give one more thing. See, this is the line height is there. So we have a line height. We have a property known as line height. Okay, so line height I will give 1.5 em. I will give, save it. So em, so a bit of the line height has been changed. Okay, the line height means the height between two lines. So the space between two lines is the line height. So but now you can see one thing we can see that I've used two different units, px and em. So what are they? So actually there are three major units. One is px, one is em, one is rem. So what are they? So what em means, so see, first let's go to the px. Px is simple. See, every px means pixel, full form. Pixel, you might have heard that this TV has that much pixel. So pixel is that small dot which is there in any television, and the more pixel our television or monitor have, the clarity will be much better, because human eyes cannot see that pixel. The older TV, if you go close, you can see that pixel, but in nowadays the modern HD TVs, you cannot see that dot also. Okay, so the dot also is not shown because they are pixel, but this is a bit different pixel. Again, the W3C community have created this pixel based upon the monitor which they have used, some 1300 or some DPI monitors they have used, and based on one. Simply it is like that, the more you increase the pixel, the size will increase. Nothing more than that. The logic is that only. The more you increase the pixel, it will there. By default, by default everything is 16px on a browser. By default, the 16px is the default. Okay, so that is there. Then what is this em? So em is what? By default, em is whatever the pixel, whatever the size of the parent is there, it will be multiplied by this. So better tell you with an example. Suppose a parent is there, a parent element is there, which have got around 10 pixel of size, and the children are there, and I will give the children font size of 1 em. 1 em means it will also have 10 px, but if I give 2 em, it will have 20 px. So let us see it with an example. So I will wrap this whole thing with a div. How? Let me wrap all these things with a div like this. Now this div, I'm going to do the font size of 10px, so that the calculation is much more easier. 10px. Okay, and here the font size I will give 2em. So this means what? See, this is how the parent child relationship works in a css. So this is the parent, whatever is inside it, it's a child. It's a body. The body is the parent, child is a div here. So it is like this. Whatever is inside this, it's a child. So h1, h3 and p are the child of it. So I give the font size as 10px, and here I gave it as 2em. So means paragraph is how much? 20px. Paragraph is 20px. And it also have become lot. There is an issue, means it will, anyways it will change for everything. So but concentrate on this. This is 20px. Now it is 3em 30px. 3em is 30px. Okay, so now what is rem? So there is another unit known as rem. So rem doesn't depends on the parent. See, if I give something rem here, it will not depend on the div, which any parent will not depend. It will depend on the root only. By default, the root size is 16px, as I've told, the default browser root font size is 16px. So if I give the same thing, font size is em instead of this rem. So I have not saved it yet. See, this is right now em. Now let me save the rem. It is much more bigger. Why? Because it is 16 into 3, not 10 into 3. It is 16 into 3. So that is rem. Okay, so that is there, and that is done. Now what I'm going to do, because this div, a lot of code is been broken. Okay, so anyways, I will remove this. Let me comment it out so that you can see it later. And this I will keep as I will keep it as a RAM 1.5 maybe. 1.5 is okay. 1.5 RAM is okay, and 1.2 M is also okay. 1.2 M is also okay. So this is like this, looking good. So see, you were seeing that problem. See, every time I can give this div p h1 h2 body st. So this is not how CSS is worked. And in bigger project, you'll always face problem if I always give like this div and all these things. I'll face the real problem in bigger project. Why I'll face those bigger problem? Because suppose 10 developers are working and everyone gives a thing for h1 3 p and all those things. So it will break, because all of them will do a different commit. It will break. So in CSS, what we have classes and IDs. So we can give this classes and IDs to any element. So like h1 p and all those things, any element you can give, so it can uniquely identify it. So we are not dependent on this div h1 st, and that is not a good practice to give directly assigned to h1 something or to do something. So two things for that: classes ID and ID both behave like the same thing to give a unique name to your anything, any element, any CSS element. It will give a any HTML element, it will give a unique name so that you can style it easily. But the difference is that the CSS, you can the class, you can assign it to multiple elements. The same class, suppose I will take a class of container. I will take container is very common class. So container I will take. So this class of container I can give it at many other places also. Okay, but if I give an ID I can take it only once. Okay, that container I have given, save it, then this I'll do, and then dot container, and container I will give a background color, different background color. Do I have that open till here? Okay, light green. I don't know why it is not coming. Light green is okay. So if I come here, see the background color is light green, so it is not shown properly because this is also gray. So I will give a bit of padding so that it is much more easier to see. Padding of maybe 2% I'll give. So see, now the whole of the green is coming and all these things are coming inside it. So this is how we can give it. So now I will show how we can use this multiple times, how we can do this container multiple times. So that was what we are going to do. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this and paste it, and this will be a bit less. This will be a bit less, and let me remove this from here. CSS mini course, let me write mini course. So as you can see, I am writing the same container again, and if I do it, there is a bit thing. Let me do one thing. Let me put a break row between them so that they can be different. Okay, so both of them are there. CSS crash course and CSS mini course, all the things are, all the styles are same. Okay, so but the thing is that I want this to be of different style, and I can give a class also here, no issues with that. But ID cannot be used multiple times. See, this container I have used it multiple times, so I will give it an ID which I can which is unique, and I have to use only one. I can use only one time. So second p, because I only want it in this second p I will give, and then IDs are given. This is given by dot. IDs are given by hash. So, I don't know why it is coming like this. Second p, it is now I'll give a different style. Okay, I'll give a different style. So I will do one thing, I'll copy this thing. Okay, so I will not give this cursive thing, I'll give this Arial. And see, from here also we can choose. This is a very cool thing. Here also we can choose color or a bit of dark like this. Okay. Color is like this, background it's like this, font size 1.8 rem, that is be 1.8 rem. If I come back, see, this is all of different type, all of different type. This is all color and all is of different type. Okay, this is very much now it is okay. Now it is showing, it was looking as black actually. So this is done. Now we will know about something known as a box model. We'll learn about the box model, which is very important to learn, and it's very important CSS question also, this box model. So let us look into that box model, and for that what we are going to do, come here, div container is there, div box model, and lorem maybe 15. Okay, so like this nothing will come. Okay, because I have just given it inside a div. So let us add the style for this. So box model means any component, any content is there. So what happens with any content, there are 4 properties which are around that. Okay, so those 4 properties are margin, no, it starts with content, then padding, then border and margin. So what are those? Let us learn about it. Okay, so content is anyways this content which we are having it, this is known as a content. So this box model I have chosen, and then hash box model I'll do, and then background color is anything you can take, maybe light sea green looks to be nice. Then the first thing which we are going to do is going to give a width. So width we are going to give with maybe 300 pixels. So this box I can give a width also. Okay, and now we can give a border also. Border, so border is something which is around anything. So we give the whole side, and then what is the type. So like this 15 pixels I'll give, then the solid I'll give. So it is a solid border. There's something like dashed and other things and also, and it is green is there. So it is like green. So let me save it and let me show how it is looking. So if I come back, it is shown like this. See this border and this background. So all thick border I have taken. Generally we don't take this much thick border, this is only to show it. So there are 2 other properties. One is padding, which we earlier seen, we are giving percentage, but we can give in px also. Generally we given it in px, so I have given 50 px. So see what happened. Padding is a very useful property. See, there is space, it's sometimes also known as breathing space outside this content. So this space is there outside this content, as you are saying. But see one thing, this is close to this. So this is where our margin will come into play, and margin is 20 px. I am going to take and save it. Okay, save it and see the whole of margin is there, whole of margin is there, whole of margin is there. Okay, so okay, so this all margin is there like this. So now let us understand what is this box model. So understanding this box, I have to right click it and inspect it, and in every browser it generally shows. So if you have to come down, this is the box model. As I've told, the center is the content. It is showing as 300 into 54. It will change. It is 300 pixel into 54 pixel. After that we have the padding, which is 50 px all around, because I have given 50 px all around. There are different way to give it, I'll tell soon about it. This 50 px, it is all around it. Then after that border is there, which is again 15, it is not 50, it is 15 px, the border is there. And after that margin is there, which is 20 px all around. Okay, so this is about the box model. And one thing I want to tell it here, this outside the box model only, the padding. So a lot of people confuse on padding and margins. Padding is always around the element, margin is between two elements. See, margin is between this element and this element. So what is this element? This element is this div, and this element is this container between them. That is the margin. That is the margin. Okay, that is the margin. Okay, so that is all about it. And now we are going to this margin, we can give it in some other ways also, margin and padding, both of this. So let us look for margin. So this is not the only way to give margin. So what it does, it will give all way around 20 pixels all the way around, but we have some other ways also. So we can give like this margin top 5 px. So we can give it individual properties like also margin top, margin right 10 px, margin bottom 5 px, and margin left 10 px. So like this I can give. So if I go here and see now top is 15 px, bottom is 15 px, and these two are 10 px. So this is another way to give the margin. So beside this we have another two ways also to give the margin. So let me comment this out. The other way to give the margin is like in a one line only. So margin, I can control everything, and it runs in a clockwise. It is top right bottom left, it will always do it. So the same thing actually we are going to convert. So like this 5px 10px 5px 10px. So this I am going to do. Then it is the same thing will happen. And then there is even shortcut for this thing. So what is happening here, see this 5px is top is same and the bottom is same, right is same and the left is same. So if something like that is there, so we can give one thing, margin 5px and 10px. So there is an order 5px 10px, only two things we are given, and it will be 5px and 10px. top down is 5 and here is 10px. So it is there. You can see a lot of people are attending live this call. Thank you. I will soon going to give the attendance form. So you have attended till now, wait for some more time and you'll get the attendance form. Okay, so this is there. So there are some more font properties. So let us understand those more fonts properties first. So this is like yes, h3 is there. So I can also this let us do some more font properties here. I can also do the dot container and h3 like this I can do. So because sometimes what happens that there might be a lot of h3, but if I target it with the class, it will be specific that okay, it is this one. Okay, so font family we have already seen. So as font weight, we can give like 800 also. Okay, font weight h3. So h3 I'm targeting this one. Font weight I have increased, and font style is like italics. By default it is normal. So see this, it has become italics. Now we can do two more thing is like text decoration is underline, and text transform is uppercase. So underline and uppercase. So it is underline is done and uppercase is done. Beside this we have something known as letter spacing also. Letter spacing, and this we can change to 0.3 or 0.4 m. I'm going to change, and then so see the letter spacing is increased. Then word spacing is like 0.8 m, and this the word spacing have also increased. So word spacing is increased. So now what we are going to do, we are going to style a list. Okay, style a list. We are going to first learn about styling a list, then we are going to do it. So this box model is there. After this I will have a div dot. This is a shortcut like dot I will do and then a space I'll do, it will come. h2 is categories and unordered list I will take, and list item. Okay, this is bad, so it's better to not take a short. Okay, list item, anchor tag. I'm going to have anchor tag inside the list item. Okay, anchor tag, and inside this category 1 anchor tag href equal to going nowhere 2 3 4 5. Save it, so it will look like this. Let me close it. Look like this, but now we are going to style it. Style this list thing. Okay, so first thing, this categories I will choose dot categories, and then border 1px solid hash ccc, maybe padding is 10px and border radius is 15px. so this border radius is a very good property. So see, this sharp edges are gone. With the border radius, sharp edges are gone, and we have got some padding also. So this is like this, and then we are going to select this dot categories h2 and text align is center. So this h2 have come to the center. Okay, and dot categories, and ul is there, unordered list. So unordered list, now I'm targeting this unordered list. This unordered list I'm targeting, and then padding is 0. I'll do. The moment the padding is 0, this will all go here, and this will not look any good. So I will have to make the list style as none. This style as none I have to do. So see, that has gone. Now I have to target the a, because this style is coming from the a. This all this blue color underline, all those things are coming from a. So what I have to do, dot categories a I will do, and then text decoration none and color is black. So this is like this, but still I will get the pointer because this is the anchor tag anyways, and this is how we do it. Okay, so that is done. Then I'll change the hover of it. Okay, dot categories and a hover I will give, and so the moment someone hover over it, so color will be red, and it's okay, color is red, more than okay. So if I hover over it, the color will be red, so it is looking good. So now some more things I will put, and I will end it. So I will target the ally, so each of the ally I will target. So dot categories li I will target, and li I will target, and then padding bottom is 6px I'll do, because I need some padding bottom. This the very much closed padding bottom I have given. Padding bottom also we can take, and also we can take a border bottom. Okay, border bottom also we can take 1px dotted. Instead of solid I am taking dotted. Okay, 333, save it. So see, this will be done. Now all of these things is looking very good. So this is how with css we can make it so cool. Ashu, cannot go so slow because we have only 5 days. So yeah, a bit slow, maybe a bit slow I'll go, but not that much slow we can go, because in 5 days we have to complete the CSS. And anyway, CSS takes not that much more time, but yeah, that is okay. Okay, so, and anyways, you can go through this recording again. Okay, so what we are going to do now, 2025. Okay, let's complete one more topic and then we'll end today. I thought that we will complete the basic of CSS completely, but we'll end today. And before going, I will do one thing. I will. You all have stayed till now. Means you all. Yeah, I will be happy to give you all the participation certificate, or if you want to give the exam and get the course completion certificate, I'll be more than happy to give you all that. So for that, you have to fill today's form. All of the people who are right now in the means watching it and all. So let me give you the form and copy it and please fill the attendance form for participation or course. So this is the, I think, hope you are all, oh, that is not coming. Okay, one sec. I know. Okay, it is coming, I think. Hope everyone has got that form. Okay. I think, hope you all have got it. Okay. Yeah, at least on YouTube you might have got it. Okay, if you are from somewhere from LinkedIn or something, please join on my YouTube, because I know a lot of people are watching this from LinkedIn also. So one sec. So please join on YouTube if you want to see this attendance form and all you have to fill. Please come on YouTube. From tomorrow I will post the YouTube link also on my LinkedIn, because this is going live on a lot of channels, but YouTube is my main channel. Okay, so let me complete okay, we will complete the styling forms also today, and because tomorrow, okay, because let people fill the form. So maybe another 10 minutes it will take to complete the styling forms. And tomorrow, if you complete a bit early, I will start Flexbox also. So Flexbox also will be started. So let me do the form. And as you might have noticed, it is coming very low, means there is no space here. So what I'm going to do, here, as those who know, we have attended this, I will do a BR, HR, and BR, and do this 2 times. And inside this only I will create the form, so that I have some breathing space now. Like inside this I will create the form. Okay, form action we generally don't need, but I will require a class equal to my form, class equal to my form, and div dot form group, and label. I don't want the for is not always required. It is means it is mainly for JavaScript thing and all. So we're not doing JavaScript this week. So label is there, and input type text, and but the thing which is important in HTML is name equal to, this is something which is important in HTML. Okay, that's why I'm giving it. So we are going to have this again, and inside, and now we are going to have, we're learning CSS anyways, not JavaScript right now. So email, JavaScript is next week. Okay, so email is there, type is text, and this will be email. Thanks. Please, all of you, please fill the form, fill the attendance form. Okay, now div and please try to give your LinkedIn profile also, because as you know, I am very much active on LinkedIn. I have 18K connections, so I'll definitely going to give you a shout out, and it will be very good for your career. Trust me. In my profile, I have every time kind of people, from big CEOs of startups and all those things, who are hiring big time. Okay, so this is there, and text area. I'm going to do this as text area. Name is me message, and text area is like this. Then the next thing is input type is, so I'm going to have a button submit, and class of button, and value of JavaScript is next week. As I've told, it's a 3 week complete. I will make you a web app developer. Don't worry about this. Next week JavaScript. After that, it is React. It is React week. Okay, let me write it so that everyone can. Okay, so I am not going to leave you right like this. I am going to make you a complete web app developer, not website developer. I am going to make you a web app developer. So LinkedIn profile you can get from my any of my video. You will get my LinkedIn profile and my channel. Although even in this video, I'm going to soon post that link. So all of my links are there. Okay, so that is there. So let me complete it. Input type button, so that we can. So this just a simple form is there. We have not given anything in here. Now we are going to style it, because this is a CSS class. Okay, and we don't want ugly things here. See, this is such a good looking thing. We don't want any ugly looking things here. CSS is all about beautifying things. Okay, so this is there. So first thing I'm going to do is the okay, so let me do one thing. If people are asking my LinkedIn profile, so why cannot I give my LinkedIn profile? Let me give my LinkedIn profile. So this is my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so my form I'm going to do, and one CSS rule is there. You give padding, half of the things is solved with the padding only. A bit of it is also known as the breathing space. So I have sent the link, Jagdish, my LinkedIn profile. You can check it out. Okay, so this padding I will give, and see, a little bit of breathing space has been done. Okay, with this, and then I will target this form groups. I'll target, and it is always better that dot my form and dot form group. I'll do like this, and then padding bottom is 15 px. So padding bottom 15 px. If someone had done my HTML course, we know we can give this padding bottom with break row also, but that is not a good way to do. This padding bottom I'm giving. So now that see everything, there is a padding bottom has been done. So now what we are going to do, I want this name, email, message to come at the next line. So what is happening right now? They are inline element. So from CSS we can change them to block level elements. So CSS is actually very powerful. So my form label is there, and then display is block. I will do, and see, now it will come one after the another, and it is already looking good. The one thing which we need to do is to make them a bit bigger, and it will look very good. So we need to target this input fields, and there are I can have some classes also in this input field, but that is not a good way to target it. There is a very good way, short form way to target it, that my form I'll do, and then input I can give just input also, but sometimes it might be happening I want to target some specific type of the so input type text. If I do, suppose I have input type email, input type password, but I want to target the text only. I should have given text for this also. I should have given email, but I have given text for this. For that reason, because I'm going to style it. So input type text I have given, and then another thing which I want to target is the text area. Okay, so I'll come here and then my dash form and text area. And now what I'm going to do, the main thing is that I want to do the padding, a bit of padding. I want to give 8 px I'll give, and then width of uh, width of 100%. I'm going to give width of 100%. I'm going to give, and see it will extend till the end. And the other thing is that a bit of width is there. Okay, a bit of width is there. So now what is happening, there is a, whenever I'm typing something is at the top and the bottom. The form is already looking very good. Only one thing is remaining here, and that is the button we have to style. So let me do the button, and there are many ways to style a button. Okay, button, there are many ways, and like this is one of it way. So I have given some padding, background color, border none is very important, color, text, and I am doing center. Text decoration again I'm doing none. Display is it's okay. Font size I have given a bit, and margin top down is 4 px and right left is 2 px, and save it and see. This has been done. This has been a very good thing, and the button has been created. So this is like this. Cursor is pointer, but I want to give the hover property now. Okay, so dot button is hover I have to give, and background color is hash E7B437 is there. And if I go here, the hover is like this, changing it to a red, and it is looking very good. So this is done, our button is done, and that will complete actually today's class, and we will meet tomorrow, and hope you have all filled it. And tomorrow the first thing is that I'm going to complete this basics, and if there is some time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to complete the CSS Flexbox tomorrow. So tomorrow the CSS Flexbox will be the first thing on my agenda. Once I complete this, hopefully I will complete it in half an hour, then we'll do the CSS Flexbox. So this is like this, means I generally do it like this only, means I have an agenda, means if someone wants, I can give the whole of the syllabus also, which we are going to cover in this week. But we are going to cover everything, like Flexbox and Grid are the main thing which I'm telling, and we're going to do some projects also with Flexbox and Grid, because that is very important to do. So that is a whole week agenda, means anyways, if it might happen that on some day I have to extend, maybe on a Friday I have to extend, but it depends. So I can, some days I can go beyond 1 hour also, so be prepared for that. But maybe 1.5 hours someday on the last day, most probably on the last day I'll go 1.5 hour if required. If it is not required, I'll not go, because I have some other videos on my channel also, through which I can point out that the basics and everything will be covered. If something will be covered less, but maybe some projects, I can point you some other videos in which we can do the project. Hope everyone has filled the Google form. Let me check once that if someone have filled. Okay, all 6 people have filled. That's good. And please do subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, because I'm doing a lot for everyone. Please do subscribe to my channel. If you are watching from LinkedIn, please come to my YouTube and subscribe. I see a lot of people watch on LinkedIn, means because I have so many people. Please do come to my YouTube channel. Please do subscribe. Please help me in the journey to reach more students, more people. There are so many people who are stuck in their life, and it will benefit them. And this course I do on iteration, just like a programmer I am talking. Just I do on a iteration every month. Okay, from HTML till React.js. And the last week is sometime some different. So 3 weeks of intense thing is there: CSS, JavaScript, and React.js. If you do these 3 weeks, and after that you do some projects, you give it another 3-4 months, you will definitely be a React.js developer, and then you will definitely get a job. If you don't get a job, you ask me to give a job. Just you learn React.js, and then send me, just contact me. So I will give you a job. There are so many jobs are there in React. Okay, so jobs are more, people are less. So with this, I will end today's stream. I will see you all tomorrow at the same time. Please do attend. The 6 people who are there, I want them to be coming again tomorrow, so that they can learn a lot from this whole week and attend for all these, get a participation certificate. Okay, and by attending this, thank you all. Bye.